All right, VBS Bible teachers, how are you doing? I'm Thomas. And I have the yawns. I'm sorry. I tried doing everything I could to get rid of them, but I can't. Now, this year our teaching is going to be a little bit different, all right? In our past VBSs, we've had some excellent teaching. I've loved every minute of it. But this year, I want to throw a little bit more of what how the kids learn and what they're going to remember, okay? I'm not going to sit down, and I don't want us to sit down and tell the story. I want us to be able to be the story this year, okay? So a little less reading and a little bit more being, and I think that's going to fit perfectly with the way our children learn, okay? Children are naturally very curious, okay? They spend about 95% of their learning time, I made that up, being curious about their world, being curious about the stories they're being told, and they're always searching for answers, all right? Here's one thing that I want you to remember. If you don't tell the kids the answer, they possibly can make up their own answer, and it's not always the correct way, all right? So what I want us to do this year is do a little bit more of teaching than reading from the book, okay? I believe that this combination is going to really set this VBS apart, all right? So you see I'm in costume. Here's my ship. Here's my shimmering water up front. I'm not going to tell the whole story of day 2, okay? I'm not going to tell the whole story of transferring ships, about one ship going here and not being able to winter, the docks not being winter proof, things like that. We're not going to go through that because that's good for us, for adults. Children, all it would do was muddy up the scene, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Here's an example, okay? Do you have to wear a costume? No. Do you have to build a little stage area? No, you do not, all right? You do whatever the Lord leads you to do, and you do it the way you want it to. I'm just giving you an example of what I would like to do, okay? Now remember, your lessons are only going to be about 15 to 20 minutes because it's going to be snack time and Bible time. And that's a perfect amount of time to get the kids to learn, even if it's just one thing. Even if they just learn one thing, as long as that one thing is a stepping stone to where God wants them to be, okay? To what God wants them to learn. Eventually, they're going to put this mosaic together at the right time, and it'll be a clearer picture for them about who they are and about who God is in their life, all right? So, my name is Paul. I used to be called Saul, but one day I met God on the road to Damascus, and he spoke to me and he changed my life. Well, I really love the way he changed my life, but not everything has gone exactly right in other people's eyes. To me, it's been wonderful, but here I am. I'm on my way to Malta. Eventually, I'm going to get to Rome. That's where God wants me to end up, so that I can tell the Roman Emperor Caesar all about Jesus Christ. But for now, I've got to be on this ship, and I am a prisoner, all right? So being in chains and being on a ship, that's not vacation, is it? No, it's not vacation. See, I got arrested because I love Jesus and I love talking about it. And whenever somebody says, don't talk about Jesus or we're going to arrest you, I can't stop. I'm going to keep on talking about Jesus. And what happened? I got arrested. Well, as it turns out, I am a Roman citizen. And because I'm a citizen, I have the right to see the emperor and talk to him about my case. So now the Romans, the soldiers, have to take me to Rome. And that's where I'm at right now. And what happened was, I told the people on the ship, stay here. Don't go any further. We need to stay here until the winter is over. But the captain, the Roman soldiers were like, no, we got to keep going. And I said, the only thing that's waiting for us is a bunch of storms. And I told the crew that was 270 people, I said, we need to stay here and we need a winter. But everybody was like, no, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. You're just a prisoner. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, guess what, guys? I heard from an angel. And the angel said, you are going to Rome. You're going to get there. And so all the people that are on this ship are going to survive. What's going to happen? The ship isn't going to survive, but the people are. Well, I said that to my friends, and they didn't really understand. And then all of a sudden, the skies got dark. The wind started to push us and to push us. And finally, we had to do some drastic things, right? We had to take boxes full of food and full of cargo. We had to throw them off into the ocean. That was what the ship was there for, is to take cargo and to take people. But now we're having to take our cargo and throw it into the water so that we can lighten our ship as much as possible so that we can control it in the wind and the heavy seas. Well, they didn't listen to me. And what happened was we got caught up, we got our bow stuck in the rocks of an island called Malta. And what happened was the front of the ship was wedged into the rocks so deep that the bottom started to push away. And guess what happened? Yes, the ship broke apart. And as it broke apart, we jumped off, and just like the angel said, not one of us on the ship died. Why? Because God said so. God wanted me to go to Rome and to talk to the emperor. That's what my job was, and God knew that I was going to survive this. Well, as it happened, we got on the island, and the people that were on the island, well, they were very friendly toward us. And they made us fires so that we could warm ourselves. And as I was going around picking up branches and limbs to throw in the fire, I got bit by a very poisonous snake. I'm reaching down, and all of a sudden, whoa! And the snake was stuck to my hand. And all the people that were around, they saw what kind of snake it was, and they knew that was a very deadly snake. And I was going like this, and everybody was waiting for me to pass out and die or fall in the fire, but nothing happened to me. Why? Because God protected me from the snake. The angel had told me, you are going to Rome. Basically, nothing is going to stop you. And so when I showed up and I'm okay, all the people from the island were, what are you? They even said I was a god, and I'm like, no, don't say that. I'm not God. And then the chief from the village that I was at, he had a father that was really sick, and they invited me to come and see if I could do anything. So of course, I'm going to pray to God because he's my strength. And I go up to the sick man, I put my hands on him, and God allows him to get better. And then everybody started to treat us like we were just going to, whatever we needed, they were going to help us. And we became friendly with them, and they became friendly to us. But what it really did above all things is it was another step for me to get to where I was going. All right? Thanks for joining me in my story. Thanks for being on my ship.